Hello people, so in this video we are going to be covering the alkenes. So let us start here. We know that the first alkene that we can have has two carbons. So now 2, we know that it's going to be eth, and then the suffix for an alkene is ene. As we said that you do not put an after the eth because this is an alkene. Then let's go to the second one over here. So this second one has 3 carbons. So for the one with 3 carbons, just like this, what we're going to do, we're going to say 3 is prop, right? And then we know that we're going to say it's prop, and then we put the suffix ene. So then this is going to be propene basically. And then now when it comes to you having 4 carbons or more, that is now when you have to consider telling your examiner or your marker where the double bond is. So now that is that part that is most important now when it comes to naming. So right here we see that this double bond, it is neither uh, far from the left or it's neither far from the right. So now I don't know if that's the correct English, but yes. So now here we can start naming from the left or right hand side. So we say 1, 2, 3, and then we say 4 over here. And then now after doing that, you have to tell the marker where is this double bond. So this double bond is in between carbon number 2 and 3. So you are going to choose the lowest number. So you're just going to say what? 2 dash in. So your suffix is going to have dash 2 dash in. So then now what are we going to say? It has 4 carbons. So 4 carbons it's what? 4 carbons it's but. But now your suffix now it's going to be what? Dash 2 dash in. That's how it is, guys. So let us go to the other molecules over there. So number 4 right here, what do we have? We have this molecule right here. So let us again, we see that this is just a straight chain molecule. So then the first rule whereby you have to choose the longest continuous chain would not apply. But then the second one, now where we say your number closest to your functional group, it will apply. So let us check here. This double bond is here, right? So since this double bond is here, we see that it is 2 carbons away from the right, and it is 3 carbons away from the left. So then obviously it is closest to the right hand side. So then that's where we would start numbering our molecule. So then this is what we would say. This would be number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. And then the rule applies again. This double bond is between carbon number 2 and 3. So this would be dash 2 dash in. Right. Then now, how many of the carbons do you have in the parent chain? 5. So it's going to be pent dash 2 dash in. That's how it is, guys. That's just how it's going to go. Then we have this molecule over here. So number 5. Then now this is when we have to consider your longest chain. So now we see that we have a double bond over here. So when you are choosing your longest chain, you need to have that double bond there in the chain. So now let us start. You're going to start and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then let's change color. So now you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we see that we do not choose this one or the second one color here that's like blue, but we take this brownish color. So then now with this molecule again, now we see that this double bond, it is 3 carbons away from the left, it is 3 carbons away from the right. So then now which side do we take? This is when now you're going to say we number from the side of the molecule that is more substituted, or we are going to number closest to your what? To your substituent. So now we see that the left hand side of the molecule has a visitor here. What's the name of this visitor? The name of the visitor is a methyl. And then now where is this methyl? So then, as we said, you're going to start numbering from the left. So you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So it means that this methyl is on carbon number 3. So we say 3 dash methyl. And then let us start naming now. So when we start naming, we know that the IUPAC name has three parts: prefix, parent, suffix. So the prefix is the one that has your substituents and your side chains. So we are going to say 3 dash methyl, 3 dash methyl, and then now we are going to what? The parent. The parent is the one whereby you're gonna tell us how many carbons are in the chain. So we have 6, and we remember again, between letter and letter we do not have anything, we just join the letters. So here we're just going to say hex, and then now where is the double bond? So this double bond is in between carbon number 3 and 4. You choose this lowest number, so it becomes dash 3 dash in. So now you just do the same thing here, dash 3 dash in. That would be the name of this molecule. Then now let us move on to this one. So this molecule over here, we do the same thing. Now we choose our longest continuous chain of carbons. So now we can choose and we can say 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Let's have another one now. So this other one we can say 1, 2, 3, 4, right? You can have what? You can say now 1, 2, 3, 4. So guys, I believe you can see that here in this molecule, all of these different arrangements that we might have that has the double bond will give us 4. So now we can take this straight chain. But in the straight chain now, we have visitors. So we have this guy as a visitor. We have this guy as a visitor. So now, what are the names of those visitors? So this guy, the name of this visitor over here is what? Is a methyl. So we have a methyl, and then here we also have a methyl. But then, which side of the molecule do we start numbering? So now we see that here, this double bond, it's 2 carbons away from the left, 2 carbons away from the right. So then now the functional group here, or it does not assist us in the numbering. So the second result that we're going to choose is the substituent. And we see that the carbon number 1 here, you give it a chance to be number 1, and from the right hand side you give it a chance. So now you go to the second carbon from the left, you see that it is a visitor, and then you go to the second carbon from the right, it also has a visitor. So there is no side of the molecule that we are going to prefer here, but then both of the sides of the molecule can be preferred. So you can number from the left to the right. So here I'm just going to say 1, 2, 3, 4. It means now the carbon, right, the methyl that we have here is going to be 2 dash methyl, and then here we're going to say it is 3 dash methyl. And then when you have two substituents or two side chains that are the same, you are going to take their numbers, and then you are going to obviously have ordered the numbers correctly. You're gonna say 2 comma 3. So between numbers and numbers it's a comma, and then now you're gonna tell us which substituent we have. So it's gonna be dash. We have a methyl, but how many of those methyls? 2. So now we have to indicate how many of the methyls. So it's 2 comma 3 dash di, and then you are gonna say methyl, right? So it's 2 comma 3 dash dimethyl, and then how many carbons do you have in your parent chain? So now this molecule here, this part here, this is your prefix, right? Now you're going to your parent. Your parent is now going to be bute, because you have 4 carbons in the parent chain or the main chain. Then now what is going to be your suffix? So your suffix over here is gonna be the one where you're indicating where your double bond position is, and the double bond is in between carbon number 2 and 3. So you're gonna choose the lower number and say dash 2 dash in. So that's just how it goes when it comes to your naming of your alkenes. Let us go on to the next video whereby we cover the naming of the alkynes.